everyone. Welcome back to our podcast about showing plans after graduation from university. My name is Maria Rosalia Lamahoda and today I am here with my special guest.
Hi, I'm Eileen.
Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm glad to be here.
Today we are going to talk about an interesting topic, our plans after graduation from university. Graduation is an important milestone because it marks the beginning of new chapter in life. So, let's start with a simple question. What does graduation mean to you?
For me, graduation is the result of year of hard work, dedication, and learning. It is also the starting point for pursuing a career and achieving future goals.
I completely agree. Graduation is not only about receiving a degree but also about preparing ourselves for the real world. Personally, after graduating from university, I have several plans that I want to achieve.
That sounds interesting. What is your first plan after graduation?
My first plan is to find a job related to my field of study. I want to apply the knowledge and skills that I learned during my time at university. I believe working in a professional environment will help me gain valuable experience.
That's a great goal. Do you already have a specific type of job in mind?
Yes, I would like to work in a position where I can develop my communication skills, gain practical experience, and continue learning. I want to start building my career step by step.
I think that's a realistic approach. Many graduates want to immediately get their dream jobs, but career development usually takes time and effort.
Exactly. I understand that success doesn't happen overnight. That's why I am prepared to learn from every opportunity and improve myself continuously.
Besides finding a job, do you have any other plan?
Yes, I do. Another important plan is to improve my professional skills. The world is constantly changing, and employers often look for people who are willing to learn new things.
What kind of skill would you like to improve?
I would like to improve my English communication skills, public speaking abilities, digital skills, and professional networking. These skills can help me become more competitive in the job market.
I think those are very important skills. Nowadays, communication and technology play a significant roles in almost every profession.
That's true. In addition, I plan to attend seminars, workshops, and training programs whenever possible.
That's a good idea. Continuous learning is important even after graduation.
Absolutely, learning should not stop after university. In fact, graduation is just the beginning of lifelong learning.
I completely agree with this statement.
Another goal I have is financial independence. After graduating, I want to be able to support myself and reduce the financial burden on my family.
That's a very responsible goal. Many graduates want to help their family after completing their education.
Yes, my parents have supported me through, through my studies, and I would like to give something back to them in the future.
That's very admirable. How do you plan to achieve finance independence?
First, by finding stable employment and managing my income wisely. I also want to learn more about personal finance, saving money, and planning for long term goals.
Financial management is definitely an important skill. Many people earn money, but not everyone knows how to manage it effective.
Exactly. I believe financial discipline can help create a more secure future.
Beside career and finance, do you have any personal goals after graduation?
Yes, I want to maintain a healthy balance between work and personal life. I would like to spend time with my family, pursue hobbies, and continue improving myself as a person.
That's very important. Sometimes people focus so much on work that they forget about their personal well being.
I agree, success should not only be measured by career achievement, but also by happiness, health, and meaningful relationship.
Well said.
Another possibility I am considering is continuing my education in the future. Maybe I will pursue a master's degree after gaining some work experience.
That's a great plan. Higher education can provide additional knowledge and career opportunity.
Yes, but I think practical experience is also very valuable. That's why I would like to gain professional experience first before making the decision.
That sounds like a balanced approach.
Let's talk about challenges. What challenge do you think graduates usually face after university?
I think one common challenge is adapting to the professional world. University, university life and working life can be very different.
I agree. New graduates often need to adjust to workplace expectations, responsibilities, and professional communications.
Another challenge is competition. Many graduates are applying for similar positions.
That's true. That's why developing skills, building experience, and maintaining a positive attitude are very important.
Absolutely. Persistence is also essential. Sometimes people may face rejection before finding the right opportunity.
I completely agree. Rejection should be viewed as part of the learning process rather than a future.
That's a very positive mindset.
Thank you. I believe determination and consistency can help people achieve their goals.
Definitely,
If you could give one piece of advice to students who are about to graduate, what would it be?
my advice would be to stay confident, keep learning, and never be afraid to start from the bottom. Every experience can contribute to your growth.
That's excellent advice. My advice would be to set clear goals, work hard, and remain open to new opportunities.
I completely agree.
Before we finish, let me summarize my plans after graduating from university. I want to build a successful career, improve my professional skills, become financially independent, support my family, maintain a healthy work-life balance, and continue learning through my life.
Those are wonderful goals, and I hope you achieve all of them.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your support.
You're welcome.
Thank you for sharing your truths with us today.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
And thank you to everyone we listened to our podcast. We hope the discuss has inspired you to think about your own future plans after graduations. See you in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching. Hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast about Ideas the Indonesian Police. My name is Maria Rosalia Lamahoda, and today I'm joined by my special guest.
I'm Ellen.
Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm so excited to join this discussion.
Today we are going back to talk about Indonesian policemen and share our ideas about their role in society. This is an interesting topic because the police play an important role in maintaining security and public order. To begin, what comes to your mind when you hear the word policeman?
When I hear the word policeman, I think about someone who protect people, enforce the law, and helps maintain safety in society.
I think so too. In my opinion, Indonesian policemen have a very important responsibility. They work to ensure that people can live safely and peacefully.
Yes, they are responsible for handling traffic, preventing crime, investigation cases, and helping citizens during emergency.
Exactly. Many people only see police officers when there is a problem, but their duties are actually much broader than that.
That's true. They often work long hours or sometimes face dangerous situations while protecting in public.
I agree. One idea I have about Indonesian policemen is that they should continue improving their relationship with the community. Good communication between police officers and citizens can increase trust.
Yeah, that's a very good point. When people trust the police, they are more likely to cooperate and report crime or suspicious activities.
Absolutely, trust is very important. If citizens feel comfortable communicating with the police, public, safe, safety can improve significantly.
I think community programs can help building the trust. For the example, police officer can participate in educational activities at school and university.
That's an excellent idea. Students could learn more about law enforcement, road safety, and crime prevention directly from police officers.
Yes, and I would also help students see police officer as approachable and supportive members of the community.
Speaking of students, many young people interact with police officers mainly through traffic regulations. What do you think about the role of traffic police?
Traffic police play a very important role. They help maintain order on the road, reduce accidents, and ensure that drive follow traffic law.
I agree. Indonesia has many busy roads, especially in large cities. Without traffic, police managing transportation would be much more difficult.
Definitely, road safety is an important issue, and traffic officers contribute significantly to reducing risks for drivers and pedestrians.
Another idea I have is that technology should be used more widely by the police. For example, digital reporting systems and online service can make it easier for citizens to access police assistance.
I completely agree. Technology can make service faster and more efficient. People could report incident, check information, or submit documents online.
Exactly. It would save time for both citizens and police officers.
In addition, technology can improve transparency and accountability, which are important for public confidence.
That's a very important point. Transparency helps people understand how the police work and how decisions are made.
Yes, and when organizations are transparent, public trust general increase.
Let's discuss some challenges that Indonesian policemen face. What do you think are the biggest challenges?
One challenge is dealing with a large population and diverse communities. Indonesia is a very large country with different culture, language, and local issues.
That's true. Police officers need to understand and serve many different communities effectively.
Another challenge is adapting to new forms of crime, such as cybercrime, and online fraud.
I agree. Technology creates many opportunities, but it also creates new security challenges.
Exactly. That's why continuous training and education are important for police officers.
Speaking of training, I think professional development should always be a priority. Officers need update knowledge and skills to handle modern problems.
I completely agree. Training can improve communication skill, problem solving abilities, and technical expertise.
Let's imagine that you could suggest one improvement for Indonesian police service. What will it be?
I would focus on strengthening communication engagement. I believe that stronger relationship between police officer and citizen would create a safer and more cooperative society.
That's a great idea. Personally, I would support expanding digital service and public education programs.
Those improvements could make police service more accessible and efficient for everyone.
Absolutely. It's important to remember that safety is a shared responsibility between law enforcement and citizens.
Yes, citizens should also obey law, respect regulation, and cooperate with police officers and necessary.
Very true. Safety and order cannot be achieved by the police alone. Everyone has a role to play.
I completely agree.
Before we conclude, could you summarize your opinion about Indonesian policemen?
Sure, I believe Indonesian policemen play a crucial role in maintaining safety and order and continued improvement in community relation, training, and technology can make their service even better.
That's an excellent summary. My opinion is that Indonesian policemen are important public servants who help protect society. And unknowing Innovation and cooperation with citizens will strengthen their effectiveness.
Well said.
Thank you very much for sharing your ideas today.
Thank you for inviting me and was a great discussion.
And thank you to our listeners for joining us. We hope you enjoy this conversation about Indonesian policemen and their role in society. See you in our next podcast episode. Goodbye everyone. Thank you for watching. Halo, my name is Maria Rosalia Lamanghoda, student ID 64240680, semester 4. I am currently taking the remedial exam for the basic English course. In this video, I will discuss 4 topics. Hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast. My name is Maria Rosalia, and today I am joined by my special guest.
My name is Frankie.
Thank you for being here today.
Okay. Thank you for inviting me. I am happy to be a part of the discussion.
Today we are going to talk about a personal and meaningful topic, why I am taking the remedial test. I believe many students face challenges during their academic journey, and sometimes those challenges can affect their studies.
I agree. Every student has a different experience and life does not always go according to plan.
Exactly. In my case, the reason I am taking the remedial test is because I experienced some family problems that affected my ability to attend university classes for about 1 year.
I'm sorry to hear that. That must have been a difficult priority in your life.
Yes, it was definitely a challenge time. My family situation required a lot of my attention and energy. As a result, I was unable to focus fully on my studies and could not attend classes regularly.
That sounds very difficult. How did that circumstance affect your academic progress?
Because I was absent from many classes, I missed important lessons, assignments, and academic activities. Over time, this affected my performance and caused delays in completing some course requirements.
I can understand that when professional problems become a priority, it can be default to blame academic responsibles.
That's true. At the time, my focus was on helping my family, and dealing with the situation at home. Although education remained important to me, I had to face realities that were beyond my control.
How did you feel during the priority?
Honestly, I felt disappointed and worried. I was concerned about falling behind my classmates and delaying my graduation. However, I also understand that sometimes life presents challenge that require patience and resilience.
That a very mature perspective default situation often teach us valuable life lesson.
I agree. One lesson I learned in the importance of perseverance, even when things become difficult. It is important not to give up on our goals.
That in spring, so when did you decide to continue your study and take the remedial test?
After my family situation became more stable, I decided that it was time to focus on my education again. I want to continue my academic journey and complete my degree successfully.
That sounds like a strong decision. What what does the remedial test mean to you?
For me, the remedial test is more than just an examination. It represents a second opportunity. It allows me to improve my academic record and demonstrate that I am committed to completing my education.
I like the perspective. Many people view challenge as abstract, but you see them as opportunities to move forward.
Thank you. I believe everyone deserves a chance for a chance to recover from setbacks and continue pursuing their dreams.
What preparation are you making for the remedial test?
I am reviewing the course materials, studying regularly, and trying to manage my time more effectively. I want to make sure I understand the topics and perform well on the test.
That sounds like a good strategy. Consistent preparation is very important.
Yes, since I missed some learning opportunities in the past, I know I need to work harder now to catch up.
Do you feel more motivated now than before?
Definitely, going through difficult experience has made made me appreciate education even more. I realized that every opportunity to learn is valuable.
That powerful realization, something challenge help us understand the true value of something.
I completely agree that experience taught me not to take education for granted.
Besides academic improvement, have you learned any personal lesson from this experience?
Yes, many lessons I learned patience, responsibility, adaptability, and perseverance. I also learned the importance of balancing in personal responsibilities and long-term goals.
Those are valuable lessons that will help you in the future.
I hope so. I believe challenges can make us stronger if we choose to learn from them.
Agree, everyone faces defaults difficult at some point in the life. But one matter is how we respond to them.
Exactly. Instead of focusing on the time I lost, I prefer to focus on the opportunities that still lie ahead.
That that's a very positive mindset.
Thank you. I know the journey may still be challenged, but I am determined to complete my studies and achieve my goals.
I'm sure your determination will help you succeed.
I appreciate that support from family, friends, and lecturers has also motivated me to keep moving forward.
Support systems are very important during difficult time.
Absolutely, no one success completely alone. Encouragement from others can make a, a hug difference.
What advice will you give to students who are experiencing professional problems that affect their studies?
My advice would be not to give up. Life can be difficult and sometimes unexpected situations happen. However, setbacks do not define your future. Seek support, stay positive, and continue working toward your goals step by step.
That's excellent advice.
Thank you. I will also encourage students to communicate with their lecturers or academic advice when they face serious challenges. Sometimes support is available if we are willing to ask for help.
That's very true.
Before we finish, I would like to summarize why I am taking the remedial test. I experienced family difficulties that prevent me from attending university class for about 1 year. As a result, my academic progress was affected. Now that my situation has improved, I am taking the remedial test and opportunity to continue my education, improve my academic performance, and move closer to graduation.
That's a manful story, and I respect your determination to continue this despite the challenge.
Thank you very much. I truly appreciate your support.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining me in this discussion today.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you to everyone who listened to this podcast. We hope the conversation reminds you that challenges are a part of life, but they do not have to stop us from pursuing our goals. Keep learning, keep growing, and never give up. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, and see you in the next podcast episode.